So today I'm going to share with you exactly how much money I get paid from YouTube for 1 million views on their platform. And I think this is a topic that is so mysterious, and many people avoid discussing money, especially when it comes to getting paid from YouTube. A lot of people just try to avoid it at all costs. But on this channel, our goal is to talk about money. So I figured it's probably smart to talk about how much money I get paid for views on YouTube. And I think the general consensus from many people when they hear that I make YouTube videos, they assume that I'm probably living off of rice and beans. But you know, the truth is I eat a lot more than just beans. I absolutely love potatoes. I eat a lot of potatoes. I could eat 2 pounds of potatoes in a day. I eat a lot of ramen noodles. So it's not just eating those low budget food items because you can't really afford to buy anything else on a YouTube budget. You can actually make a decent amount of money on YouTube. So hopefully I can show you some different things throughout my analytics. I'm going to really dig in and show you the exact numbers and the amount of money that I get paid from YouTube on a monthly basis, as well as lifetime earnings from this channel. So if you're new here and you want to learn more about personal finance or making money and saving money, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. We would highly appreciate it, really would. Actually not we, just me. I would appreciate it. So please subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, and let's get started with this. So in just a second, I will show you my exact numbers, but I want to show you something that a lot of people discuss and use to kind of track how much people on YouTube make. And this is a website called Social Blade. You can also use TubeBuddy. There's a couple of others out there as well. And for the most part, this site's pretty accurate, but it can still be wrong in some cases. So if you look at my channel here, you can see that for 1.08 million views, it estimates that I made anywhere between $271 this month up to $4.3 thousand this month. And the truth is, that's actually not accurate. I made a bit more than this. And so, you know, let me just show you the numbers right now. So let me pull up my YouTube analytics. And in the past month, in July, I made about $16,800. And for some people, they're not going to believe this from looking at a little bit over 1 million views, making $16,000 in the month. So I'll show you on the app, I guess, because I've had people say this before in the past who say like this isn't real or something. But this is the YouTube app. Here is YouTube Studio. And this is my analytics. And just for verification, estimated revenue in July. So there you go. That is July revenue. Hopefully you can see that. All right, so let's look a little bit deeper here, because I think a lot of people are gonna have some questions on the actual specifics of this. And really what it comes down to is that it depends on what type of videos you make. It depends on how old your viewers are, where they're from, where they live, what gender they are. This is going to decide how much money you're going to make on YouTube. And for the longest time, I just assumed that people made maybe $1,000 for 1 million views, maybe $2,000 for 1 million views. And I thought this for years, from 2012 until I started my channel in 2017. I just assumed that people were making a couple $1,000s per 1 million views, and it really wasn't sustainable to actually make a living off of YouTube. But once I started to create videos, I realized that there's actually a lot of opportunity in it. And so if you're just curious on how much people are making, or if you maybe want to be inspired, or you want to find a way to start to make some extra money on the side, then this could be an option for you. So let me actually pull up a couple of different videos to show you some more in-depth analytics here, and then I'll show you my lifetime earnings on this channel as well. So let me pull up some of my most popular videos. Let's look at this one right here, which is 7 side jobs. I made this video last year, I think in August. It's 9 minutes long. So if you have a video that's over 10 minutes long, you can put ads in the middle of the video. You can put ads at the end of the video. I generally don't really do that. Sometimes these days I do put some ads in my videos. I like to put them before. So this 9-minute video in the past 28 days, so it has 55,000 views in the past 28 days. It made over $1,000 in ad revenue. So you can do the math on that for the CPM, the amount of money that you're making per 1,000 views. But for 1,000 views, this would be about $20 per 1,000. So for 1 million views, which let me just pull up since uploaded. So I think this has 1.5 million views. And from that 1.5 million views, about $14,000. So just a tad bit under $10 per 1,000 views over the lifetime of this video. And if you go back to looking at it in the past 28 days, you'll say, well, the ad rate's a lot higher now than it was when you released it. And that's because from what I've seen with the analytics that I have available to me is that as a video ranks over time in, say, search, so when people type something into search and it shows up first, then you're actually going to find that you might get a higher ad rate for that versus when a video goes viral, it's just kind of pushing it out to anybody and everybody who's willing to watch the video. So it's a little bit different. And I find that viral videos, especially in the first few days of going viral, the ad rates are a lot lower than something that is over the long period of time ranking pretty well. So going back to just looking at the revenue from this video, you can see that, yeah, it did spike back in August of 2018, about $160 in a day. And then over time, it just kind of just sat at about $50 per day for the past year, which, you know, is pretty nice to have some of these videos that are ranking in search. So this one, if you look at where the traffic's coming from, about 67% of the traffic is from search. And that's why I believe the ad rates are higher. Now, there are some obvious reasons why ad rates are higher for my channel. I know people who have ad rates where they're making literally $45,000 for 1 million views. Somebody like Kevin David, he makes a lot of videos about making money, and his videos, he gets a much higher ad rate because he has long form, like for example, Facebook business videos, Shopify videos, and he gets very high ad rates for that because it's basic supply and demand. It's basic economics where there's not many people making videos in this field, but there's so many advertisers trying to pour money into this, trying to compete because in the financial field especially, which is something that I make most of my videos about, by the way, subscribe to the channel if you are new here, but essentially in my field here where I talk about finance, there's a lot of money being poured in here. And there's companies, for example, brokerage companies, banks, companies that might be dealing with millions of dollars of people's assets. Maybe it is Robinhood or Webull or M1 Finance, and these companies that are brokerage companies or somehow involved with credit, maybe credit card companies, whatever it may be, there's a lot of money in finance. That's why Wall Street's so big. That's why so many buildings in New York are so big, because they're based around finance. So there's so much money in it, and there's not many people making videos on this topic. And you know, a lot of people say, well, Nate, why the hell are you making a video essentially just opening the floodgates and telling people to make videos about finance? But the truth is, look, guys, it's not a zero-sum game. It's not that there's one winner and one loser. The truth is anybody can do this, and you don't have to specifically do it in this field, but I just want to show you my YouTube ad revenue. And let me actually pull up a couple of different videos because there's some ones that I think you might find to be very intriguing to see the ad rates on these videos, and then I'll show you the overall amount of money that I've made from this channel in ad rates. Now, before I actually pull up this next one, also keep in mind that you can make money from a lot of other sources on YouTube. So I don't just make my money strictly from YouTube ad revenue. I think that'd be kind of foolish to do that because you can have an adpocalypse. YouTube could demonetize you. You could have a lot of different things where you essentially just don't make any more money from YouTube. So relying strictly on ads is probably a foolish move. That's why I do a lot of affiliate marketing on this channel. You'll see links down in the description below for various things that I endorse, like banks or brokerage companies. And sometimes I'll get a commission from them. Sometimes it can be $100 for a lead that I get for somebody for signing up for a bank that bank's probably making thousands of dollars on that person, but it's a win-win-win for everybody. I don't sell anything on this channel. It's all just free information. I literally sell nothing. It's just all making money on the back end, which I think is one of the best business models. Maybe that's just me thinking that. So sometimes I have people telling me that I could make 2 to 3 times more money if I started selling like digital products or online courses, but I just don't want to do that because I don't buy courses myself, so I just don't want to sell something that I wouldn't personally buy. I don't know. I don't have anything against them. It's just not my cup of tea. Okay, so let me pull up this next one here. This is actually one where I talked about passive income. It's kind of a weird idea about talking about making money and then making money from that. But a lot of people did find it to be helpful, I hope. I mean, it has a decent like ratio, so I assume that people like the video, but from 1.6 million views, got about $14,000 from that. So once again, you can do the math on that. It's a little bit under $10 per 1,000 views that I've gotten on this one. But then if you look at the last 28 days, it's actually a lot different. So from 100,000 views $2.2 thousand. This is almost double what it averaged over this course since I put out this video. And the reason for this is because, like I said earlier, when you rank in search and over time, these videos will actually likely, at least in my case, I found that they'll get a higher ad rate over time. So this is literally about $20 per 1,000 views. Over 1 million views at this rate, it'd be about $22,000, give or take a little bit. Now, there are some other videos that I just find to be so interesting. One of them is this ClickBank one. Let me see if I can find it here. So I made this video about ClickBank, and in the past 90 days has about 9,000 views, and from just 9,000 views, I got about $220 from that. So doing the math on that, yeah, it is a decently high CPM on that. And so over the course of this video, from 50,000 views, about $1,000. So that kind of lines up with the other ones that I was showing you as well, about 20 some dollars. In my pocket, YouTube takes 45%, I get 55%. But this number that's shown here, this $1,000, is after YouTube already took their 45% cut. So the lifetime earnings on this channel, I'll pull these up here. Let me go into Creator Studio Classic so I don't show my like actual CPM. I don't think it really matters. But looking at the overall lifetime earnings on this channel, it's about $105,000. Every day it goes up by another like $600 or so. But I want to really show you this right here, which is all of 2017. I started my channel in 2017. This channel is about 2 years old now, and hopefully this can be maybe like some inspiration or something, or just to show you like it does just pick up over time. And there's that saying that like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, right? So and so if you look at my ad revenue during 2017, I was making literally like 5 cents a day for a good period of time. And over all of 2017, I probably made like, maybe I made like a couple $100 by the end of the year, but it really wasn't very much money at all from YouTube. Now, 2018, it started to pick up a little bit. I started to take it a little bit more seriously, but it's important to really notice that every time you have a video that starts to do well, it kind of puts you into like this new bracket, like this new bottom level that you can't go lower than. So, for example, in early 2018, in January 2018, you'll see this little spike here where I made $55 in one day. That was a huge day for me. It was really exciting. And when I hit that, it kind of put me in this new bracket where essentially my new low for my channel was about $20 a day or $30 a day, as you can see. And then I had this other one in August of 2018. So about a year ago now, I put out a video that kind of went semi-viral, I guess you could say. Got like a couple 100,000 views in the first couple of weeks. So for my channel, that was really big. And this put me into like a new bracket, you could say, where I had this spike and then the new low was about $100 per day. And then when you look at more recently, you can see this spike here in February of 2019, which was really only a couple months ago. And now it kind of puts you in like this new bracket here where the new low is about maybe $300 per day. Over time, over the past couple of months, I've been lucky to have my channel kind of grow gradually, a nice steady growth rate. So now the new low is about like $450 per day. But the truth is, I don't know where this is going in the future. That's why I think it's important, and maybe I'm just talking for the hell of it here, but I think it's important if you find yourself in a position where maybe your channel starts to pick up, or really any business in general starts to pick up, it's important to take this money and invest it and save it and do things with it that will help you in the future. I see a lot of people who start to make money in YouTube or any other field, and then they go out and buy like a really nice car, and then their YouTube channel dies, because eventually there's a life cycle to this, right? There's a life cycle to everything, and at some point people won't care about this channel, people won't watch this channel. I'll put out a video and I'll get like 47 views on it. Maybe that's 5 years from now, maybe it's 2 years from now. There's no real way of telling, but it's important to save that money and invest that money instead of just spending it on stupid things. I don't know why people buy Lamborghinis for things like this. It just doesn't make very much sense to me. So, you know, I try to be as honest and open as possible. As I said earlier, I really hope that this didn't come off in like the wrong way. Kind of hesitant to make the video because I didn't want to come off in a way that was like bragging in any way, but more so just to show you, like, first of all, to help people who are just curious on how much people make on YouTube, because most people aren't willing to show these numbers, but also for the people who maybe wanted a little bit of inspiration. I don't find myself inspirational in any way. I hate inspirational stuff, but if you have been, you know, thinking about starting a channel, I suggest doing it. I mean, it's fun. You don't have to show your face. You can make like voiceover videos where you just don't show your face, have like a whiteboard or something. There's all kinds of different opportunities out there for people to start channels and to grow those channels. So if you found any value in this video, make sure you subscribe if you're not doing that already. Make sure you drop a like on the video, and I'll see everybody in the next video.